Hello everybody, I have another countertop haul video to share with you guys. I know how much you guys like seeing these items up close. You know, a couple of people said, hey, I wish we could see your face once in a while, but I have a lot of people that say they like seeing the items like up close. So it's working. That's what we're going to keep doing. But anyways, these items I picked up this week at Salvation Army. You guys know I'll go on Tuesday. I go Thursday and Friday. Sometimes my daughter can talk me into going on the weekends, but that's rare. So I go on Thursdays because it's half off day. I go there like ritual. I go the other days because I like to see what they're stocking the store with the day after they have a big sale. And I usually get lucky, which is why I continue to go. Some people don't understand. Why would you do that? It's gone, but not my store. They're restocking. So that's why I go. I found most of this stuff the days that it wasn't on sale. So that was the stinky part about this week. I did pick and choose a lot of things. Like, I guess I'm saying I was choosy about things. Yeah, so let's see what I got this week. I love Salvation Army, you guys. All right, so here's some little thingies we got here. I got some lobster claw looking scissors. A pair of these, they're almost identical, except for on the blade is a maker's mark, which mine doesn't have. Just sold for like $16. So I don't know what I can get for those, but I think old, like I like industrial type things like these. So I think they're neat items. So we'll see what those go for. I got this vintage pocket seal. You would have, let's see. It's locked right now, so you will slide the lock back and that opens, and then you would slide your piece of paper in there and you'll press it and it creates like a professional seal. And most of the time they come, like, you find them in there for notaries, but this one was pretty cool. I found a piece of paper and pressed it in the store to see what it was, but it's actually for a rifle and pistol club. It's a corporate seal from 1973 in New York. So I thought it was interesting in the way of, hey, it's not a notary's seal. So thought that was pretty cool. I found these two one is a mechanical pencil and one is a pen. Let's see, hold on. Their thing here says that this brand has been in business since 1846 or 8, one of those. But the paperwork inside has a copyright date of 1975. So that's what I'm assuming these are from. This one is the pencil. It's a little bit more shiny, so I think the pen was used a lot more. It still has the pencil lead inside. This pen still writes. This pen, though, is struggling to stay closed right in the middle, so I don't know what's going on there. They are 14 karat gold filled, and this one is actually monogrammed. It says Walter Bill, or engraved, I should say. But yeah, like right here up on the edge, you guys can't see it. It says gold filled. So we'll see how that goes. I've done well with collectible. Well, I didn't know they were collectible, but there is a market. People do collect vintage pens. So I don't know. I'll just throw it up there. Maybe the last pen I did, it was like $1.18 at Goodwill. Bianca found it actually, and it ended up going for like $54. It really surprised me. So maybe these will too. I got them for $2.99 regular price. I got this pack of stickers, regular price for $2.99. So I thought of my friend when I saw them, so grabbed those. Oh, and it stopped ticking. Why did you stop ticking right when I was coming to you? I don't know. What's wrong with you? All right, well, this is a mini bell. It's vintage, but not like super like 1950s or something, 60s vintage, made in China. It does work when it wants to. $1.99. I paid for it. Don't be scared of clocks. I've sold a few clocks that are broken. Oh, there it's going. Oh, I see me. Hello. See. Oh, it stopped. Anyways, the hands and the little dots around the numbers are actually glow in the dark. So when it gets dark, you would be able to see, what the heck time it is. All right, so over here we have a vintage ice pick that I need to actually tighten this because it's kind of wobbly. But yeah, it was 99 cents. I found it along with the scissors, and I never find like the red handled like kitchen utensils or the grain handled ones or anything. I never find those, and if I do, they know they're cool and collectible and they're expensive. So I thought that was pretty neat at 99 cents, even if it can be a murder weapon. So anyways, the next thing I got was this little 3-hook key wall mount hook thing. I don't think it's vintage. It's probably like a Hobby Lobby deal, but it is still cool, and it is pretty heavy. It's a substantial piece. It's red and black, if you can't really tell. I like it. I think it's neat. But I'm just not calling it old because I don't know for sure. And then we come over here, and I have 3 of these Avengers versus X-Men Dice Masters card games. I did that silly old thing in the store and looked it up while I was there and saw that they were selling for like $25, and these are brand new. I mean, a used one just sold for like $25. These are brand new. So I went ahead and listed those. I paid $4 a piece for them. I paid regular. Wait, were they regular price or were they on half off day? Oh, I don't know. I think they were half off day, so they might have been $2 a piece. Oh, I don't know. I don't remember, guys. I don't remember. This I know I didn't pay half off. So this was coming out in a cart on Tuesday, and it's all of this early Provincial Rooster set. The whole set was $12.99. There's 10 pieces, so that's like $1.29 a piece, which is freaking awesome, I think. There are a couple of pieces that need help, but what I really liked about, the idea of getting this set was the fact that they were cool pieces. It wasn't just dishes. It wasn't just teacups. It was, the biscuit jar, the butter / cheese dish, this ginormous, probably cheese shaker. This was missing the oil and vinegar set is missing the other one, but this is the only item in the whole thing that has this Yukago sticker on it, which actually stands for United China and Glass Company. So there's that sticker on that one, and then there was a sticker on one more, and it took me to like my last item to find it the other day. I don't know. Oh, here it is. Early Provincial. So that's the name of it. And they have this PY on the bottom. But that's why I grabbed this set. For one, it's cool. It's Roosters. 2, it was like cool pieces. It wasn't, like I said, just teacups and stuff or just plates or saucers. It was like cool pieces. Now, they do have, a couple of them have problems. But if you're not getting them to use them, you're just using them as decor, you can just flip it around to the other side like I do. That's what I do with stuff. And then this guy, actually, I was shaking it and I could hear something rattling. They put a paper towel in there, and actually the spoon to this is in there, but it's snapped in half. So it does have the spoon, but the spoon's broken. So I thought that was a really cool find. Then this was today. I think this is so dang cool. Let me move all my stuff. Come on, you need a up front seat row thing to be in the front. Okay. So we have this Tab Cola from the Coca-Cola company. This is a napkin holder, and it's an original. It's not a reproduction or anything like that. It's from the 70s. So I just thought this was like, it was wicked. I was like, oh my gosh. My mom used to tell me that this was the diet soda that was popular before Diet Coke came out. And she said, she's like, I didn't realize how horrible this diet soda was until she tasted a Diet Coke. She compared it to tasting heaven when she tasted Diet Coke compared to this soda. But I just think that is so neat. It's a little napkin holder. There was this, It's similar in the way of it was a tab napkin dispenser, but it did not look like this at all. It wasn't pink or anything, and it sold for like $25. I cleaned this up. I wiped it all off, but it was $2.99. Regular price. Then this was half off, I know. I got this vase. I thought it was pretty interesting. It's a little older. It's a vase flower frog. Isn't that neat? And it's like sectioned off into like 4 different sections. On the bottom it says made in France. And I paid $1.49 for it. There are a few of them. I just, the way I looked it up was flower frog vase. And I sort of had to, clear flower frog, something like that. And I just sort of had to thumb through some of them because there's different shapes of flower frog vases that are out there. And I saw a few and they were selling like $15 to $17. So I do want to shine the black light on there to see if that glows by chance. Then we're going to come over here. This is like an exciting find for me. As soon as I saw this come out today, I thought, oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. I thought it would, I just think, oh, there's a little ant. Ew, go away. I thought that it was just so pretty. Now, see, that I untaped this. This was taped the entire time. But I wanted to see what was on the bottom. There's no mark on the bottom of this in particular. But this, I mean, yes, it has crazing. Yes, at one point in its life, this was like a bright white color. It is now this brown that some people think is horrible and some people really appreciate it. But it's called Scroll. That's the name of the pattern. And it's by E. Wally. Now, that particular little marking of his name and this pattern dates this set, and I just was amazed. 1845 to 1856 is when this set ran, like this pattern. And to explain my sort of my excitement to have something like this, to hold something like this in my hand, I just wanted to give you guys a little sort of history of what was going on in the United States between 1845 and 1856. Like, just to put it into perspective, how long this little plate has lasted. 170 some odd years. So I think that's amazing, but I'm just going to put it into perspective for you. So let's get started with a little bit of American history, shall we? In 1845, Texas became the 28th state. There was border disputes between this new state and Mexico, and it led to the Mexican-American War. Mexico never considered Texas, it like never recognized its independence. It just considered it a Mexican state. So that's awesome. Texas became the 28th state. In 1847, the United States issues its very first postage stamp, like ever. Very first postage stamp. In 1848, Wisconsin actually became the 30th state of the United States. In 1849, the 11th president of the U.S., James Polk, was the first president to ever have his photograph taken. In 1850, Harriet Tubman becomes an official conductor of the Underground Railroad. In 1851, the New York Times and the Western Union was founded, but the Western Union was actually named then. It was founded as the New York and Mississippi Valley Printing and Telegraph Company. In 1852, Uncle Tom's Cabin by Harriet Beecher Stowe is first published into book form in Boston. In 1853, the president-elect at the time, Franklin Pierce, was involved in a train wreck with his wife and his son, and his 11-year-old son dies. In 1854, the Boston Public Library officially opens, and the Kansas-Nebraska Act was passed. In 1855, the first bridge over the Mississippi River opens in what is now Minneapolis, a crossing made today by the Hennepin Avenue Bridge. In 1856, Dallas, in the state of Texas, becomes a city. Also in 1856, Kate Warren, the first female private detective, begins working for the Pinkerton Detective Agency. Now, if you guys don't think that is interesting, that this plate saw those things in its life, then I don't know what to tell you. That is some amazing stuff right there. All right, let's move on. All right. So I have actually, am I missing something? Let me go check. I'll be right back. What I was looking for is actually still sitting on my stove, just buried in paper. So we'll just get started. So I found this picture, and every time I find pictures like this, it makes me want to turn them over because I'm hoping to find this ironstone mark. I was a little bit confused by this ironstone mark because I couldn't find one, and there's actually a lot of information online about this J&G Meakin ironstone, but this mark particularly I did not see. Right here in the middle, it seems like maybe something's missing, something else could have fit right there. Well, the other marks that were, similar to this would have said like maybe Hanley right there, or it would say like Eastwood for the actual name of the actual like plant that it was made in, but there was nothing there. So the closest I can actually date this piece would be about 1890 to 1907. Because it's the most similar with those dates. So I thought that was pretty awesome. It needs a little bit of a cleaning. It's a bit like, but I thought it was really cool. So I got that. And then I know you guys all see this jadeite just sitting right here. This Fire King swirl bowl. Isn't that great? Made in the USA, but look how much I paid for it, you guys. $12.99. So it came out on the same day as this set, and I was showing my daughter. I said I got all 10 pieces for $12.99 and this one bowl for $12.99. I'm like, stop looking stuff up. Anyways, I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was worth it. So I grabbed it. It's probably like the third piece of jadeite I've ever found at a thrift store. So I just went ahead and grabbed it. I don't know, it's jadeite, it's swirl bowl. What can I say? Then, a lot of talking today, I filmed a few videos. I found 3 tubs of this glitter, all brand new, at Michael's. These particular tubs are like $5. So I grabbed them for 99 cents. The kids and I used them. They used a ton of my glitter at Christmas making reindeer food, so got some glitter back. Then I got this movie, Mr. Deeds. We love Adam Sandler. This is one of the ones we don't have. So we got that. 99 cents. And then you come over here. This is one of my other really cool finds. This one's already listed as well. Let me think. What else is listed? I have this listed. I have some other things that are in the garage that are listed that I haven't even done a video on yet, but I went ahead and got this guy listed. This is actually, just look at it. Here we go. If you can see, it's kind of blurry. The Baltimore and Ohio Railroad. This is actually dining car china. This is the, what was the pattern? Centenary pattern, because it's the centennial of the train. It's actually the first public railroad in the US, where like passengers could ride the trains or the train cars, So I thought that was really cool. A couple of these have sold for over $100. Mine has a couple of hairline cracks inside. So mine is at $99. And then there's this is like the little milk, like, well, you would have it with coffee or maybe for cereal or something that would need milk, There's another person that has a listing of one that's like a water jug size for like $1,200. And it's got like 19 watchers. I mean, train stuff is pretty collectible, you guys. Look out for those. And then I don't know about this elephant, you guys. I went back and forth with myself about this elephant. It's actually a teapot. It's glazed on the inside, so if you could figure out how to use it, you could. When I look it up, I can't find the exact elephant. I just was able to find this mark on the bottom. And the people that had something with this mark, not necessarily the elephant, kept saying it was rare. So I don't know. I really don't know. It is it's a heavy piece. It's very, like, it feels like good, sturdy ceramic, but I'm just not sure about this guy. And I kept going, should I, shouldn't I? And that was because I paid $10 for this elephant. That was a lot for me. But I thought it was really interesting. There's people that like elephants. There's people that collect teapots. People that like the blue and white. So maybe it'll, attract somebody somewhere, please. All right, the last couple of things I have to share with you guys are, I kept it in this paper so they didn't rub everywhere. All right, so I didn't get these as a set, unfortunately, even though these two look very similar. Uh-oh, how am I going to do this? See, they look very, very similar here. All right, so what these are, these are like little, I don't know, like a soup bowl or I don't know if that's a berry bowl. It's not very deep. It's like almost 2 inches. But you have these images, like this one here of this coach. And it says Royal Mail. You've got the guy blowing the horn, the tree in the middle, so it's an image that you could pick out. You know what I'm saying? It's online. It's not like, say, lusterware, where they're almost all like the same sort of imagery painted on them. So, I mean, you could definitely pick it out. Then we have this one here of these guys saying hello to this lady right here. What does that sign say? Home 15 miles, anywhere 15 miles. That's awesome. So we have that, and on the back they say Royal Doulton, made in England. And this mark in particular dates the piece from 1930 to about 1993. However, this artwork here came to fruition, like the artist started painting this particular one in 1905, and they actually withdrew it from its production in 1955. So knowing that and knowing the date on the back, it's safe to say that these are between 1930 and 1955, not in, more towards the 80s and 90s. So, especially with it being, I don't know, hand painted like that. So, that's some information there. So, I'll sort of repeat that again. This mark dates this piece between 1930 and 1993. That's a long run, I know. They did change their marks quite a bit. But this pattern, which is called Coaching Days, was around. It came to fruition. It was introduced in 1905. And it was withdrawn from production in 1955. So, since this mark is from about 1930, it's safe to say that this set came about 1930 to 1955. You following me there? So, on replacements.com, actually, it's pretty cool. They sell this bowl for $119.95, and it's actually on sale right now for $79.95. Yeah. And there's different patterns. There's actually about 20 different, not patterns. The pattern is Coaching Days. There's 20 different scenes is what I'm trying to tell you. And depending on the scenes, like if you look on eBay, depending on the scene, depending on what it is, like if it's a mug, if it's a vase, they had all kinds of stuff, is what it's going to sell for. But the bowl in particular, especially, maybe, I don't think it was that one. I think it's this one with the coach, with the male, is selling for $79.95. So I thought that was pretty awesome. This guy underneath is really cool. Okay, this one they consider pretty rare. So this one on replacements.com, They sell for $200. And it's on sale actually right now for I think they have a lot of stuff 50% off, so it's $99.95. This is technically called series wear. It's the Middle Eastern scenes. It ran from about 1912 to 1926, so it is discontinued, and it is pretty rare. So I thought that was pretty awesome, and it has the Royal Doulton Tunis on the bottom, made in England, and look, they put it's old. So I thought that was a pretty cool find, but I did pay each piece $3.99. And the last thing I have to share with you guys, I did get on half off days underneath here. Look, I have a sleeping kitty. Is this for $9.99. It's not as fancy. It's very heavy. Not as fancy as my other trays. Oh my gosh, it's heavy. But again, it is the Ironstone China by J&G Meakin. This is the similar marking to this. But do you see how this looks similar but missing the Eastwood Works? This actually names the, you know, the sort of the pottery house or the plant or whatever you want to call it, that it was actually made in. Hey, squeakers, what are you doing? So this mark, again, dates this to about 1890 to 1907. So, yeah, I paid $5 for this platter. It is very heavy and not as like interesting looking. It doesn't have like all the crazing and all the wear and the coolness factor that some of the other platters have, but still cool nonetheless, giving its age. Guys, so let me know down below, what was your favorite item from my purchases this week, and what might you have left behind? We have all kinds of goodies this time. All kinds. If I have to guess what people are going to leave behind, I'll probably guess the stickers, probably the glitter, and maybe the games. That's what I think would be left behind. And probably a favorite might be that jadeite bowl, because there's a lot of people that like the jadeite, and maybe the Rooster stuff. So I'm going to go with that. Check back tomorrow. I am going to put out my St. Patrick's Day video where I show you guys how to decorate with thrifted items, things that weren't intended for St. Patrick's Day, but I found a way to use them. So make sure you check that out. That's going to come out around 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, which will be Saturday. You guys, I hope you have a really good weekend. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye.